If your dog suddenly seems to ignore you, it may not be stubbornness at all, and the mistake causing it is something many loving owners do every day without realizing it. Most people think dogs stop listening because they're distracted, independent, or simply being difficult. But in many cases, the real reason is far more psychological. Dogs are constantly paying attention to patterns, not just words, not just commands, patterns. And when those patterns become confusing, inconsistent, or emotionally noisy, something interesting starts to happen. Your dog begins paying less attention, not because they don't care, because the information no longer feels reliable. Dogs evolved to learn from consistency. In the wild, predictable signals help animals make decisions quickly and safely. And that instinct still exists today, which means your dog is always asking a simple question. Does this signal matter? If the answer becomes unclear, listening starts to fade. You may notice this happening in small ways. Sometimes your dog responds immediately when called. Other times they seem to completely ignore the exact same cue. And this is where many owners accidentally create confusion. Imagine hearing the same word used for 5 different meanings. Eventually, the word loses clarity. The same thing can happen with dogs. A command that once had a clear purpose slowly becomes background noise. But here's where it gets interesting. The mistake is often not giving too few commands. It's giving too many. Many owners repeat cues over and over again. After a while, something unexpected happens. The first cue stops carrying importance. Your dog learns that the real signal isn't the first command. It's the 4th or the 5th. And once that pattern forms, responsiveness often begins to decline. But your dog isn't doing this randomly. They're learning exactly what their environment teaches them. Dogs are incredible observers. They notice timing, consistency, energy, consequences, and emotional tone. Sometimes owners unknowingly teach dogs that commands are optional, not intentionally, simply through repetition. You may notice your dog looking at you after a command, then continuing what they were doing. That moment is often misunderstood. Many people interpret it as defiance. But psychologically, something different may be happening. Your dog may be evaluating whether the cue actually matters this time, because from their perspective, the outcome hasn't always been consistent. And this is the part most people miss. Listening is deeply connected to trust and communication, not just obedience. Trust. When cues consistently mean the same thing, dogs become more confident. They don't have to guess. They don't have to interpret mixed signals. They simply understand. And understanding creates responsiveness. But confusion creates hesitation. You may notice this especially in households with multiple people. One person allows a behavior. Another discourages it. One person uses one cue. Someone else uses a different cue. The dog receives conflicting information. And over time, listening can begin to weaken. Not because the dog is stubborn, because the communication system itself has become unclear. But there's another layer to this. Dogs don't just respond to words. They respond to emotion. Sometimes owners become frustrated when a dog doesn't listen. The voice becomes louder. The energy becomes tense. The interaction becomes emotionally charged. And suddenly, the original message gets lost. Your dog starts reacting more to the emotional atmosphere than the actual cue. You may notice this happening during stressful days, busy schedules, major household changes, periods of tension. Dogs are highly sensitive to emotional environments, often more sensitive than people realize. And when emotional noise increases, focus can decrease. What looks like disobedience may actually be information overload. But here's the hopeful part. Dogs are remarkably adaptable. When communication becomes clear again, many dogs respond surprisingly fast. Consistent cues, predictable expectations, calm delivery, simple repetition with purpose. These things help rebuild communication, and often they rebuild confidence too. You may notice your dog paying closer attention again, looking toward you more often, responding faster, engaging more willingly, because emotionally secure dogs tend to communicate more effectively. And communication is really what listening is about, not control, not dominance. Communication. What looks like a dog not listening may actually be a dog trying to understand signals that have become difficult to interpret. And once you recognize that difference, everything starts to look a little different. If your dog sometimes seems to ignore you, I'd really like to know, when does it happen most often? During walks? At home? Around distractions? Or only with certain family members? Share your experience in the comments. I always enjoy hearing the different ways dogs communicate with the people they trust. And thank you for spending a quiet moment with us and learning a little more about how dogs think and feel. If you enjoy understanding the subtle behaviors that reveal your pet's inner world, consider subscribing and joining us for more gentle insights into animal minds. See you in the next video.